Hello and welcome back. So here we are on the penultimate video of our September monthly. Okay, so when you were here last, I quickly showed you how to put these signatures in that we would come back and decorate, because I was frightened we was going to run out of time with the video. So this is our very last signature before we put our writing pages in. And for our writing pages, what I am using is, let me just find a couple. There we go. I'm using two A4 lined pages from a notebook. You can see where I've pulled out the staples. It's been coffee dyed. Okay, and then all I'm going to do with these is I'm going to fold them into three so that we can get a good size for our journal. So I'm going to fold it in three like that. Okay, and then I'm going to tear it down the middle here. So take my ruler, tear like that. I'm then going to tear down my folded lines, and that will give us 12 pages, because 12 pages 24 sides, because we've got 3 off of that one, 3 off of this one, and we'll get 6 out of the other one by working in exactly the same way. So there's our first 6, and then our second 6 here. It's just easy to do, concertina. Don't worry if it's not exact. One of the beauties of this particular design of journal is that we want everything odd and ununiformed. Okay. So, how are you all? Happy, safe and well? This weather's a bit weird at the moment. We had very dark grey winter's start, lots of pouring of rain, and now it's like a summer's day. I don't know what's going on. I've had jumpers, I've had t-shirts, I went out and I had 2 layers on. It's ridiculous. Right, so then join them all together, literally fold them in half, and that will become our little writing journal that is in the middle. If it bothers you that they're uneven, obviously you can cut them up. So that is the very last signature. So when we sew it, we're going to sew all the layers through there. Okay, but before we do that, we need to make this last one, and we need to decorate up the ones that are already in there and make a start on this one. So what I've got here is I've got a standard business type envelope that's got some stamped tissue paper and ink layers on it, folded it in half. And what I'm going to do for this one is I'm just going to run my glue down that side, across the bottom and down that side. we're going to put our cloth holder there, and then we're going to glue over the top, and I'm going to stick that down like that, and that will give us a small pocket in the top. Okay, so that's that side. And then on this side, this is one of my torn envelopes. If you watch fairly frequently, you will have seen me do those before many times. Stick our cloth on there, and then this is a piece of baking paper that I've used to protect the tray when I coffee dye my papers. I've just folded it over into a bag and glued along that edge, but not there obviously. Turn the bottom up, then I've just stamped and put a piece of book page on the front, and now that is going to be the top. So I'm going to run glue all the way down that side, pop that on there like that. So now we've got a front and a back. I'm going to run glue about the middle of the bag, because when we decorate I want to be able to tuck things in before I seal it down completely. So now we've got a front and a back, this one completely for decorating and this one for a bit, and that will go in there with our others. So I'll take the paper clips off that I put on to hold it together so you could see how it was going to work last time we were here. And cut the strings because it's all got a little bit tied up. Now this is my front and back cover, and then I've got 1, 2, 3 signatures. I'm just going to work out which order I want them in. I'm going to put this one first because it's going to give me a nice overhang there. So I'm going to put that one first. I think then I'm going to put this one that way round. See, and this is where you can change your mind. And then I'm going to put this one in the middle that way round, so then they'll all stitch there. So if we turn it upside down, take our cover off, we can start decorating this first one. Now I've got lots and lots of bits and pieces here. We've still got some bits in our bag that we can use if we want to, but I've discovered these. Now if, like me, you love the Tim Holtz paper dolls, but let's face it, they're not the cheapest, I have discovered today that Witchcraft Do You do a version, a downloadable printable version, various sizes, various colours of paper dolls. So I thought they're lovely. We're going to use some of those today. They also do these bits and pieces. I've shown you these many times. So I've got bits and pieces from that kit there. There's an odd bit of ledger paper there. So I'm going to start here, and this is quite a large area. Are my fully in camera? Yes. Right, okay. So let's start with this one. So I think, because we've got book and music page there, we don't really want that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bit of a bigger bit of this ledger paper. So let me pull a piece of that out of the book, and then we'll have some. Whoops, there's a big collapse, of course. Jenga's fallen over, so we've got a big piece of that to work with. We'll tidy up the Jenga later. So lots of lovely vintage writing and dates there. So I think we're going to just rip down this pink line here. like that. Stick that out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do, see, I really want that number on there, don't I? And that date. So I think we'll come down to there. So we'll tear that across that line there. Oops. And that is now going to stick on there like that. We're going to put some of these under here. These are French, but again, as much as I'm using these kits that are around on my desk, you can use anything that you've got already in your stash. There is no need to be spending money if you don't want to. Right, so I think that one's gonna sort of stick out there. Now of course at the moment this envelope is open and it could be a pocket. Do I want it to be a pocket or do I just want to seal it up? We've got a pocket that side, haven't we? So I suppose it makes sense. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to glue it down the edge so it's sealed up down the side. Stuff can't fall out, but we can use it as a pocket. And also we've got a pocket. Do we want two pockets? Yeah, why not? Allows for more tags and things, doesn't it? So this is going here. This one is going to go underneath about there. I've got a lovely piece of lace here. I wonder if that will go underneath. That will cover all of that. That will sit there. That will sit there like that. We want something under the top. What else have we got in our envelope? Save our two signatures, we don't want them damaged. I'm just going to have a little look through my envelope and see what else I had here. Now from the Scrimpy Mummy set that we started with originally, I've got these stamps, and these are great for just filling space and adding in. So any like little stamps or things like that that you've got from other kits you've been using, they'll all work. So we'll have that one sort of underneath there. What else have I got in here? So yeah, again, a craft along, not a tutorial as such. And then we're going to have some of this up there. So that one's going to go under the back like that. And then we've got that lovely page. So let's start with this then. So I'm just going to basically run glue very naughtily because I'm not on my mat around there. You can hear I've got the window open, car in the street. Right, so we're starting with this one. It's going on that top corner. Then this one, this stamp is going to sit like that. Oh, I didn't put the lace on. I'll put the lace on there now. You know what? I want that to come up because I want lace underneath. There we go. I'm going to put this on our bottom corner. And obviously we glued the envelope, not the items. So we just add the extra glue where we need it. And this one is going to go under at the side. Like so. And then we're just going to need to add some extra glue here, because we've put the lace and the actual glue that was on the envelope. There we go. So that's that one. And then I figured we would have one of these lovely paper dolls. No. Now I think because of that journal page, one of these pink ones is going to work quite nicely. And I like her. So let's do a little fussy cut and get her out. Don't need her bow. That's too much fussy cutting for me, you know what I'm like. Sorry, I go quiet, don't I? Right, let's get rid of that. Get that little bit out there. So those of you that are on my Instagram will probably have seen this, but the strangest thing happened yesterday. The postman knocked. Well, we have quite a lot of parcels, so there's nothing particularly strange there. And handed me a plastic piece of guttering. Now, I was expecting this because hubby had ordered it. We need to repair the corner of our back gutter. But it wasn't in a box. He just literally handed it to me. And as I flipped it over and looked at it, I realised there wasn't an address label or anything. It's a miracle it even got here. I don't know how or what happened. You know, I'm waiting for someone to knock the door now and just hand me a jar of coffee or something. It was absolutely bizarre. Has anything weird happened like that with you? You've ordered something and it's turned up, but it's not in any kind of box, and there's no and we'll stand her on that word, I think, and she'll just overlap all of them and just lighten up the page a little bit. And obviously it is paper, unlike the card that the Tim Holtz ones are, but it's also a lot cheaper, and obviously you can print it out many times. So that's that one done. Yes, do you agree? Now let's, rather than move into that one, let's do the other side of this one. Now we've got a bee here, so that's another nice stamp, isn't it, actually, that green one. So we'll have that stamp, and as it's a letter rack, lots of sort of postage and things. So we'll definitely have that one tucked maybe there, like that. What else have we got? We've got more of these. Now that's got numbers on, a bit like a library card. So I'm thinking we'll have number 1298 from here. And this is a great time to use up all those, you know, little bits and pieces. You've got butterflies and things. You could definitely use butterflies. So I'm going to overlap that like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is I've got some of this, it's just where I've embossed some watercolour paper to give some interest. We're going to have a bit of that. Like so. And that's going to sit there, and we actually want it to come more that shape, don't we? Pull them out for a minute. Yeah, see, that's going to fit under there nicely. If I'm going to keep it white, I'm going to need to ink the edges because I think it's too close in colour. So let's just run some ink around the edge. I love embossed paper. One of my most favourite things. The texture, the pattern, I just love everything about it. So, put some blue on that. Whoa, dropped it. Slide that under there, straighten it up a bit. I'm going to put these on as well. So that one is going to sit under there. That one is going to sit on there like that. We can still see all that around it. We can now glue the edge of this down because I'm not going to put anything else under there. That can now be glued down and finished. Need something on this corner here. Perhaps another one of the adverts. It's a bit greeny, isn't it? The same. Or do we want, do you know what? Let's do a mini cluster. So let's do a bit of paper first of all. And put that on there. And then we'll have this paler one of these. T.H. Gwyn. There we go. So we've got all that decoration. We've got a pocket there and we've got a pocket there. So that's that one. This one I feel is already basically decorated. So we just need something on top, and that might be the ideal place to put another person. And I think what I'm going to do here, he's too big, isn't he? Will he fit on there, or do we have to have her? I'm not quite sure. Let's have a little look. He's too big. Oh, that's annoying. They're too big. Oh, mummy. They're too big. She's very, very annoying. They're all too big. Didn't really want to use a red one. Should we use the two children? In the orange. Sorry, you must think we're on ASMR, mustn't you? You can hear the wind and the dog. And I'm just sitting here cutting in silence. I do apologise. But I told you about my funny parcel, didn't I? And that the weather's all like really weird here today. That's about all I've got to say, really. Oh, I just want to double check before I do the rest. Oh yeah, they sit beautiful with that colour, don't they? So I'll finish these off. Also, they've got that real sort of vintage look about them. So I like that. I think I might sit down this afternoon in front of the telly and pre-cut all these and put them in a little box. It's an idea, isn't it? So that in the future I can just pick them out rather than having to make you watch this, which I know can be a bit annoying. Right, so there's our girls. Oh no, that is right. There's our girls standing on that sentence. I like that. They sit nice for that colour of that paper. So then the other thing is, shall we give them a step? Should we like just put that on there? And they can stand on that word. Does that make sense? Yeah, and we'll colour this one in up. So this one, whereas before we only did the edge, I'm going to actually do the whole thing. Add another colour element to it. There we go. Oh, boo! Mummy's doing a video. Thank you. A bit of advertising come through the letterbox. And then she's going to come back over there, and we've got that flower going on there. Okay. And then I suppose the other thing is, do we just want maybe something in this corner? So that's when we'll look at our labels again. So let's pop this one on. totally lost track of how long I've been here. If you're all thinking, come on Claire, we've got other things to do. Whoops, right. That's little girls. And then the beauty of these is look at the changes in colour. So we could put that one down there because it's got that yellow in it, which is a bit awesome. And that's going to go on this bottom corner here, like that. So we've done that side, we've done that one, we've done that side. We just need to look at this side now. Now on this side I'm thinking something a little bit different to that. So let's have a look what we've got left in our envelope. Now I'm seeing we've already used a postcard, haven't we? And we've obviously used lots of invoices, but I am seeing some of these tickets. Maybe a bit of dictionary paper. And then maybe we'll revert back to what we've got over there. And I have got a bit of coffee paper. I've also got some cut out leaves. They're good. Some more of them. There's another leaf in here, I'm sure there is. There it is. I knew there was another leaf. There we go. So let's have a look at this. So I'm thinking, what are our colours like? That ticket there. So we'll have that ticket. We're going to have at least one leaf. And I want some dictionary page. So I have a little tear down there. Across there. Right. Okay, so this is going to sit down there. So come up there like that. Just stick it down. Just going to go for it. Live dangerously. So we're going to pop that down there. Oops, dog barking now. We're going to have this giant leaf come across there, and I'm going to poke the ticket in behind. Obviously you can do anything you got. We've got lace over there. We've got, need to punch that out, so I need to find a little tiny hole punch. I think that's the pink handled one. Where is the pink? No, it's not, it's the purple handled one. The pink one is just like a dot. It's much, much smaller. There we go. So we're gonna punch that out, because of course that's what the conductor or ticket inspector would have done. We're gonna pop that in there. We're gonna pop that over the top like that. And that's going to be that page. Now, I don't think you need to see me do every page, do you? You're all well equipped for page decoration with your own stash. So you've done those 4 just to give you a bit of momentum, if you like. So there you go. Oh, we need a bit of glue under there. Look, that hasn't quite stuck. Stick down. Okay. Very happy. So I'm going to bring this back. This was going to be our first one, wasn't it? And it was going that way because that's going to stick out the end there a bit. There you go. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to work on my other pages, and then when we come back next week I will have my writing booklet sewn in along with all my signatures, and maybe we'll just do one last little bit. And look, see, it's awesome. One last little bit of decoration together. So as always, a huge thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you found some joy and inspiration working on these. As always, if you've had fun, you found it useful, give us a thumbs up or a comment, and if you haven't done so yet, consider subscribing. Stay safe, I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.